do you want to intro it?
And be like, hello! It's been a year, and I adopted a dog a year ago.
Intro that.
Hello everyone, it is me, Dana, from waitlisted.at.hogwarts, and today I have a special guest for our video. It is not the human that's behind me, but it's the dog?
He poked his head out while you were talking.
I know, he ruined the surprise. I've been off of BookTube for about a year. If you've been following me at all, you know I'm really bad at posting regularly, and I was going to be really good about it. I had all these videos like pre-filmed and all this stuff, and then I lost my memory card. But before that, I think I adopted a dog? Okay, so I adopted him about a year ago. I haven't filmed really since I've adopted him. You may have seen the Haunt Mess Book Club live shows. I think he was featured a little bit in there, and he's been mentioned on like book Twitter. I'm Dana Reads Books if you want to go follow me. But I haven't actually made an official video saying that I've adopted him. There he goes shaking like he always does. And so I wanted to just kind of say, yeah, it's been a year, and I have a dog now who lives with me full time. So you may know my other two dogs. We have my oldest dog, Alvin, who's been in many of my videos. He's been with us since I was in the 3rd grade. He's about 14, 15, and I love him dearly. And we have our other puppy that we got last summer, and his name is Max, and he's 2, and he's a beagle. He's actually like down here. You can't see him in the lens, but he's just chilling with us as well. So they live with my parents / my youngest sister and my younger brother full time, but since I'm in college, I don't get to be with them full time. And so I adopted this one. He's my ESA in college, so I actually qualify because of my mental health stuff for an ESA in college, so I do live in university housing, and I have special approval through my university to house him, and he has just made my world so much brighter, and I love him dearly. So this video is mainly going to be about him and how he came into my life so I could introduce him to the channel. He is going to be way more integrated into this channel. I'm planning on making several videos that feature him, as well as my book videos that I am planning to start filming like right after this. So hopefully I'll be posting more regularly again. I feel like I finally have gotten the grip of taking care of a dog all on my own and how to do school, and I think I know how I can integrate BookTube back into my life. So that is my plan because I thoroughly enjoy filming and it makes me really happy, and I kind of felt lost without it. I literally didn't read for myself for about a year, so I kind of lost the book community a little bit and I want to get back into it. Anyways, dog adoption story. We were off track. So Drew's gonna just be here. She's gonna make sure I don't miss any details, even though she was not present during the adoption. He is an ESA, as I mentioned. Before I left for school last year, I had been talking with my doctor and she recommended that maybe an ESA would be good for me. And then I got my parents on board, I got all my housemates on board. Long story short, I went through the process through my university of getting him approved through them, and I was ready for a dog. The whole thing took less than a month between like when I started talking to my doctor about it and then when I actually adopted him. So it was a really fast process. I got approval about the 3rd week of my school. I applied for it a week before I started classes, and then the 3rd week of classes I got the final approval. And because I'm on the quarter system, which is 10 weeks of classes and then 1 week of final, it is really difficult pretty much after the 4th weekend to do anything on the weekends, because then you're studying for midterms, writing essays, and just overall very busy with extracurriculars. So that was pretty much the only weekend that I would be able to get a dog. So I scoured the internet. I was like in class, scour the internet. At work, scour the internet. Oh my god, he's playing with me right now. Buddy, please stop biting me, please. Please stop attacking me. I saw a couple different dogs. I inquired about a few different dogs. One of them, I told them my situation, and they said she probably had too much energy and was too vocal to be in college university housing, and I was like, okay, cool, not for me. There was another dog I really liked, but she already had some applications in for adoption, so it didn't seem like I was likely to get her. And then I found Taz, and he immediately sold me because he has these huge little eyes, and he has these huge ears, and his face is just so small. He's 7 pounds. I was just like, oh my god, this is my dog. He is so cute. One of the things in the area that I was looking for, I was definitely looking to rescue a dog. A lot of the rescues I was looking at had really expensive adoption fees, and it took about 6 weeks to actually get your dog, because you'd have to go to a pet fair, you'd have to interview, you'd have to do a house check, and then you were ready to adopt the dog. I just didn't have that kind of time to go through that process. Oh my god, the dogs are playing right now. Max and Taz are best friends, so if you hear like little grunting noises, that is Taz. I knew I wasn't able to go through that kind of process to get my dog, so I had to find a shelter with a less expensive adoption fee and one one that I could kind of just like walk in and walk out of the day of and like have my dog. Taz was at one of those shelters, thank God. I found him on a Thursday night, and then Friday I talked to my housemate who was super supportive of me. It was like, I will drive you anywhere, let's go get your dog. And I was like, hey, like, do you think we could go here? It was about 45 minutes away from my campus, the rescue place. I was like, do you think we could go on Saturday and go scope out this dog? Because I'm pretty much afraid that he's gonna get adopted if I don't go right away. And then the morning of, I called the place because I wanted to let them know we were coming, and I didn't want us to drive 45 minutes away just for him to not be at the shelter. Boys, please stop. When I called and told them I was coming, they were like, we'll give you an hour to get here. Like, we usually don't hold dogs, but since you're coming from far away, we'll hold them for an hour. And we were like, perfect, that's awesome. Because it only took 45 minutes to get there. We went to Starbucks first, so it did take a little bit over an hour, but he was still there, so it worked out. And so we drove over, and I spent like 2 hours deciding whether I should adopt him. We got walked into kind of the back of the shelter, and they opened the kennel door that he was staying in. He was the only dog in his kennel. I think they only had 2 dogs up for adoption at that time, and I wasn't interested in the other dog just because that dog was a bit bigger and I needed to be able to fly with my dog, so I was looking kind of for the smallest dog possible. She opens the door and Taz looks at me, and like, this literally makes me cry, but like, he just ran straight up to me and started jumping on me. He didn't bark, which he has gotten barkier. He didn't bark once at the shelter. He was so quiet. He just came straight to me and started jumping on me, and I brought him this little toy because I'd gotten a few things in preparation for a dog, and I was like, is it okay if I give him this toy? And they were like, you brought him a toy? And I was like, he can keep it if I decide not to get him. Like, it's his. I just want to like make him happy and whatever. And it was this little banana. It was so cute, and he loved that toy. He was like throwing it around and like bouncing off the walls. He was so energetic. Buddy, hey, no bites. Thank you. Can we sit? You want to be in the video a little bit more? So he's like bouncing off the walls. Hey, Max, stop chewing on the tripod. He'd run to me and then run back to the toy, and he was like super energetic, and I was having the time of my life because I was like, he is so fun. I was a little bit nervous because he was really energetic, and I was like, he's probably just really overstimulated. He hasn't had that much human contact in a long time, and he's just gotten off his like drugged up state from his neuter surgery and all this stuff. So a little bit was because he was overstimulated, but he also was just a very energetic dog. I can also kind of attribute some of that to puppy energy that I think he still had. They told me he was 3 years old. I was looking for a dog that was 3 years older. After having him for a couple months after that, I'm pretty sure that he's younger than 3, but whatever, that's what they told me, and it's all worked out, so it's fine. Then after like an hour of just running back and forth across their little grassy play area, he just crashed in my lap. Like, literally just flopped over like on his side, just across my lap, and I was like, I think I'm in love with him. Thank God I had my friend with me. She'd actually worked at a vet clinic before, so well, I was just freaking out mentally because I was like, oh my God, he's so cute. Oh my God, I love him so much because I love every dog I see. Oh my God, I want him so badly. She was asking like the real questions of like, does he have any medical conditions that you know of? Is there any long-term medications he needs? Have you noticed any of these problems? And she kind of knew like the clinical side and really helped me out. She's fantastic. He was totally fine. You guys, hey, you guys, I'm gonna kick one of you out. I'm so sorry about the noise, but you know, they're literally like toddlers. He was actually still wearing his cone because he'd just gotten his neuter surgery. So the information they kind of had about him was that he was 7 pounds full grown. They thought he was a Parson Jack Russell Terrier Chihuahua mix. They knew he was an owner surrender from a different animal shelter that they got him from. He was fostered very briefly, where the owner said he had a lot of energy, if you can tell from their playing this whole time, which is purely Taz instigated. That was a very true statement that I probably should have taken more seriously, but I love him anyways and he's perfect, so it's fine. And he wasn't neutered and he wasn't microchipped. So they had to do all of that. He got all of his vaccines through the shelter, so everything was kind of good to go. He just had to wear his cone for like the first 2 weeks I had him, which was kind of a bummer. I was only hesitant to get him because of the energy thing, and then I was like, well, I had a beagle puppy last summer. Like, it doesn't get much more energetic than that, right? And I could handle that. I was like, I just have to take him on a lot of walks. That's it. So we walked him to see how he was on walks because... Thank you, Max. My university is very dog friendly and there's a lot of people around my university, so I wanted to make sure that he was friendly with people and other dogs. We did meet a man walking a bigger dog while we were on our test walk, and Taz did super great. He was super friendly, there was no barking, and I was like, okay, that's half the battle. If he's good with people and he's good with other dogs, I can handle this. Not that I'm opposed to getting a reactive dog, it's just hard when you're in college looking for an emotional support animal. That's what ESA means. I should have said that earlier. Because they're meant to be emotional support and kind of be easy easier on the process. If I'm taking him into airports, walking him around the university, taking him to and from meetings, which I do when I can, it's better for him to be not reactive. Taz kind of hit all the check marks except for potentially being more energy than I was accounting for, but I was like, you know what? This is it. This is my dog. I just felt the bond, and so I adopted him, and we went to PetSmart, and we bought all of his stuff. He got a crate, he got a bed. I think I bought him some dog food because I needed to like transition him to his new dog food. Toys, all that stuff. We really made him a spoiled brat by buying him whatever he wanted at PetSmart. Brought him home. He continued to run around like crazy. We walked him, and then he fell asleep. And I will say the first week was a tough adjustment. I was positive my apartment was gonna burn down every time I left the house, but ultimately it was kind of the best decision I've ever made. He's made me so happy and made my college experience so much better. So I'm gonna do a whole nother video on how to have an ESA in college / what it helps me with and what actually ESAs are. That's gonna be all in a separate video because this is already 17 minutes long according to my camcorder, and that is long enough. So that is Taz's adoption journey. Sorry it was all over the place. It was a really fast process. The whole process was all over the place, honestly. I just really wanted a dog really badly for a month, and it happened, and it was like the best thing ever. Taz is here. He's making a ruckus in the back of all my videos from now on. That's his job. Follow me on Twitter, even though I don't tweet that much, but I'm Dana Reads Books. Follow me on Instagram. I'm waitlisted at Hogwarts there. And if you are not yet subscribed to me, but you would like to be, please press the subscribe button. If you think I'm boring, but you want footage of my dog, still subscribe, and then comment down below that you'd like to see more Taz, because I'm happy to do so and planning to do so. Comment down below if there's any video requests from me, or if you have any questions for me. Well, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys soon for another video. Bye!
Goodbye.
Hey, buddy, I'm waving my hands to say bye, and you think I'm waving them for you to bite.